Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Lost Generation podcast. So, this episode will go up on the first week of December
Oh shit.
and on the jolly, yay,
Yeah,
holiday season.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about a game that we have. Ling, do you want to introduce our viewers to how our Secret Santa game works?
Oh, we're gonna get into that.
Sure, why not?
Alright.
Yeah.
You just pick a number randomly, and some of us will, and we have already set a rules that we have to give our friends weird gifts. So, for example, Mark once told me that he wants to give me a tampon.
Yeah.
That's pretty weird.
I mean, you already said that you want a bra, so I mean, like, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, want a bra.
Yeah, you got some man boobs, so you said, like. That's what you told me, bro.
This guy.
That's what you told me.
I go to the gym every day.
I mean, I
bro.
don't want to judge,
I go to the
however,
gym
you know.
7 days a week.
Oh, really? You liar.
Okay, I'm lying.
Okay, hell, you got geography at your house, bro. You ain't lying to me, bro.
All right.
Well, speaking of having man boobs, do you have any other conspiracy theories?
All right.
Well, that is a very smooth transition to today's
What's
topic.
up? What's up? Yeah, like it ain't even rhymes. It ain't even make sense. Anyway, but yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about conspiracy theories.
Yeah, not just a little bit. And this is
Probably
when
3
I
hours.
fade into the background and
Okay.
let the guys do their thing.
Oh shit!
Damn.
It's gonna be a 3 hour plus podcast without Ling now. It's like by the time we finish, she already got her dinner. You know? Like that's all. Yeah, pretty much.
Got lots of things to say.
So anyway, I think the first few conspiracy theories that I kind of discovered when I was a kid was about lost civilizations, about lost history.
Okay.
Because I was really into history and like flags and nation and shit like that. So that's why, you know, like I'm really into world building and writing. It's just like you went to a rabbit hole and you don't even know where to just like finish. Because like by the time you knew what the fuck is conspiracy theory, it's going to
And
lead
it
you to
just
something
evolves.
else.
It's
Going to just evolve. So, you know, like first few times it was about history and then fucking social
I just
society
totally relate to that.
and then about like the modern times.
Okay.
You know, it's literally no end. But it kind of fascinates me because at the end of the day, it gives you like another perspective if you
in life.
in life, good or bad, I guess. But like, it's interesting to speculate. I think that's the point.
To be curious.
To be curious for sure. And so that's why, you know, like I think I didn't know that when I talk to you that that we have like a common interest in that. But by the time that we do some like investigation on our video essays and shit like that at school, I kind of found out that you like a nerd as well.
Like
You know,
two weirdo met each
Yeah.
other.
Oh, that kind of writing though. It kind of reminds me.
Or something.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like how I get into, I don't know,
Conspiracy
theory. Yeah. Oh yeah, and another inspiration on why I just really, you know, into this is also because of the show The X-Files.
Yeah.
Dana Scully and Fox Mulder. I don't know. It's like one of the greatest shows ever, and it has like a bunch of fucking monsters, you know, and it scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. Now, not so much, but like it's good. It's good.
Oh, okay.
The mythos are quite cool when you rewatch it. So yeah, yeah. That's my inspiration, I guess.
So for me, then, my first ever show that I got hooked into the supernatural world is Lost Tape. So it's a series from Discovery Channel,
Right.
and basically it's a series about a bunch of guys or girls documenting their trips, and then they suddenly found some supernatural animals or
Right.
monster. I say, for example, they found like Bigfoot, you know, reptilian humans. Some episode can have dragons. I don't know, like
I mean-
sea monster.
By that point, you kind of lost me. I'm like, okay, Bigfoot and then dragons.
I mean, they
Come
even
on.
have a footage of mermaids. So it's very
Yeah.
convincing. It's
Okay.
very convincing.
I mean, the thing about me with like reality shows about conspiracy and like
Okay.
horror shit is that you kind of knew that it's not
But
there, right?
But I was watching.
if you
it
watch
on
a movie, it's kind of
secondary
different because
school.
like you're going to immerse into it. That's why I love the X-Files. But like for Bigfoot huntings or some shit like that, I'm like, man, that's obviously a bear.
I know.
That's
but,
a bear, man. Damn.
But I was
But
in
anyway,
like
that's
eighth
cool.
grade, and it really got into
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
And then as I dig deeper, like you, into the rabbit hole,
Yeah.
I started to look into UFO.
Oh yeah.
And I even made a presentation back in secondary about about what is UFO and why it is real.
Yeah.
I
Like,
made
did
like
you
a
at that
whole
time?
documenting.
Yeah. Did you at that time like wear like tinfoil hats and shit? Did you?
No, bro. That would be too weird, man. My teacher give me an A for that though. She
Right.
said that, damn, it's very interesting.
Okay.
But at the
like,
same time, she doesn't believe anything I
Right.
say.
is that like a pity? I mean, okay, sure.
Bro,
Maybe
like-
this guy. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. So for you, like the starting point would be like cryptics, right? Like Bigfoot, UFOs, and shit. Mine is more on like Atlantis.
His story.
Yeah, history, civilizations kind of thing, El Dorado kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
that's cool.
as we both evolved, we looked into conspiracy theories. I got it from do you know Shane Dawson?
Can we not talk about it?
Oh, you don't want to talk about it?
Like, dude,
That's
that's
how
incredible as fuck.
Dude,
Dude.
he's making like documentary that's
That
pretty good.
motherfucker
That's pretty
used
good.
to. I know. He used to do like kids content. You know?
I know,
like,
I know.
I knew him. I think like I even knew your fascination with fucking Jake Paul. So
Bro, no, don't put that in. Don't put that in.
anyway.
Anyways, so
Should we say something about like what is
Yeah.
conspiracy theory?
so
Yeah.
a conspiracy theory is an explanation for an event or situation that
Yeah.
evokes a conspiracy by sinister and powerful groups. Yeah.
So basically, like an event can be altered in a way when you speculate things. Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Or change. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to start off by your first ever or
Why you keep asking me? You can do it. Just do yours.
You want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the conspiracy that I really got sucked into is that the simulation theory. So basically, let's imagine or start off by saying that 40 years ago, we have games like two rectangles and a dot. Pong. You know that game?
Can you not do an essay here?
It's not necessarily presenting.
Kind of feels like it.
Feels like it.
It's 40 years ago.
Just trying to clarify things.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have Pong. At the same time, after the world developed, we have Donkey Kong, Mario with pixelated more game,
Right.
and eventually now, 40 years later, we have 3D games, 4D games,
Okay.
virtual reality, augmented reality.
Okay.
So just assume that any improvements from the last decades will be
Ling is twisting her bodies. And she chose like the worst position ever. Like that's fucked up.
That will cripple your back. Yo, no?
Oh, okay, man. That's
Okay.
This episode is weird. I mean, go on.
Okay. So if you ever assume any improvements at all over time to be like 0.1% or even 1%, to the timeline of 1,000 years later,
Yeah.
and of course our universe is 13.8 billion years old, we will comes to a time where we can't even define reality anymore. We will create a game or simulation that is too realistic that
Right.
we can't really know what's the real or
Okay.
not. So here's the interesting part is that at that time we can even create neuron sympathetic. So create your brains, even your consciousness,
AIs.
AIs.
Yeah.
And now we already develop AIs as Elon Musk is developing it. As we create that game, right? That game throughout times will create another game inside the games. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
that game can create a games inside the games.
So you're telling me that at one point technology will be so advanced that they can create their own creation, basically, right? Okay, I kind of get what you mean, but like, can you go on? I
And
get
it will
it.
create a multi-universe
Okay,
that out of one in a gazillion universe.
but it's made of like technology, right? It's not like it's made by nature at all. Okay,
Yep. And you go like one out of a gazillion percentage of universe
Okay.
that you can't really know which one is real.
Right.
Like, which one is, are you living in one or are you the real one?
yeah.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
that's
That's
what,
like
yeah,
that's similar to like fucking Matrix. you know?
exactly. Yeah.
Like that film blows my mind when it's like first came out, because like there were, I think like the first few parts you didn't even know what's going on. You're just like, okay, that's like the 90s. There's nothing like special
how
about
can
it.
they do that? Yeah,
But then you kind of feel like there are some glitches going on.
exactly.
Either from the memories, from the fucking, I mean, even if you look at like Easter eggs, there are like a few characters that are very similar. They just walk through the street. So it's like glitches that somehow you realize that, oh shit, like Neo was like living in a simulation world where technology took like the reign, which is fascinating to me. A lot of like science fiction was like built on that.
Build on that.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Like the precaution of like AI and shit, right? Yeah, what Elon Musk is doing right now. Okay.
Yeah. And it has been proved that for Sims, game, control character.
I'm a hardcore like fan of it, man.
People actually really enjoyed that game.
Yeah.
So I can say that in the future, people can be enjoying controlling another person in the virtual reality world. Yeah. That's for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that like just prediction? Because
It's
I
not-
do believe that someday, like technology will be so advanced
That
that
you can
if
create
you
a
cannot control it, it can be a sentient thing.
Mm.
And that's like some Star Trek shit, like that's like a moral dilemma where like, is it AI a sentient being and should we treat them as like humans and shit like that? You get what I mean? It's interesting because I have heard about this quite a lot in like, like science fiction series I watch.
a lot. Like
Yeah.
they always implement that.
But I feel like
and-
it will become real. It ain't even a conspiracy. It's like, I don't know. It's like a future prediction in a way.
Yeah, it will happen eventually.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just a matter of time,
cool.
whether to be thousand
We
years.
ain't Neos though. We probably like drones and shit. We like human batteries for like fucking robots, motherfucker.
And then
And that Elon Musk is like on Mars,
yeah, he was-
chilling.
he
And
was-
we like we like human batteries, motherfucker. Anyway, I love Elon Musk. Yeah, he's cool.
He's fucking dope, bro.
He's dope, but like sometimes he's kind of dumb as well. He made a lot of comments on like Twitter. If you haven't,
Oh, I don't.
kinda
I
dumb.
heard that he makes flamethrower though.
I mean, the boring comedy. That's
Yeah.
that's some cool shit. But like,
That's so cool,
dude,
bro.
it's like dude shouldn't use Twitter. A lot of people shouldn't use Twitter, to be honest.
Oh, you never Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Let's not get into
I'm kind of talking about
politics
that. I'm kind of talking about him as well. But like, yeah, okay, Donald Trump is like. So, yeah. Anyway,
Anyways,
go
yeah.
on. So, what is your second
So-
conspiracy theory?
It's not a theories anymore. So for me, I
shit.
experience the world that everyone experienced, which is a situation that is called deja vu. Have you experienced that?
Okay.
So deja vu means, in French, means already seen. So I've experienced this so many times lately. I don't even know why. I experienced some of the thoughts that I thought that it was in my dream, but it's actually my future.
Okay.
So
Hang
it-
on.
it
That's
is-
like precognition shit. Right?
That is
It's
so,
not even.
that is so weird. And
No, deja vu is like you thought that this already happened, but
Ah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
happening now.
that's
get what I
what,
mean.
yeah, that's how I rephrase it.
Okay.
Thank you.
What the fuck?
So
You like Charles Xavier, bro?
that's how it works.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
and then it's just interesting for me is that as I think this is a simulation world, that can be a glitch. That can be a glitch in my mind, bro. I don't believe in that. How?
Sometimes I don't want to
just
give
how?
like.
How can you
Yeah.
like think of a thing that's already been thought before?
Yeah.
And I've been in the places that I've never been there in that place before, like not even single times. And then I used to imagine of that place beforehand. So it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Just
The
a
thing-
glitch.
Yeah. I don't want to give you like a lot of clues.
We're all robots. we're
Yeah, oh shit. Dude's fucking crazy. Man. Anyway.
yeah,
Okay, deja vu, right?
Deja
I have
vu.
experienced it quite a lot.
a lot.
A lot. Yeah, especially
how can you
sometimes I'm
explain
like,
a thing like
I'm
that?
talking and I'm like, hang on, I think like I have talked about this before. Maybe to you. And then for example, I think like I met a friend and we were talking about just life in general, and I felt like I have already told her this in this
yeah.
fucking particular cafe.
And then you
but
got
then she
mind
said like,
blown.
no, you didn't. I said maybe I talked to some other friend, but I didn't, because I remember correctly that I talked to her straight into her face. You know, so
Wow.
it's interesting. Yeah,
Just crazy.
it's like a phenomenon sometimes. I think it's like in your brain shit. You know, sometimes you kind of.
Maybe false memory. I don't know.
I mean, I don't want to go full on like not a
Psychology.
conspiracy, but yeah, you know.
But yeah, my
Sometimes like you got these memories of like the action, because I often talk about life to my friends quite a lot, and then it kind of
I mean,
triggered something, and then you feel like you have already done it.
but you haven't. Maybe.
Yeah. I'm like a skeptic now, and then this guy is like trying to be like, you know what? No, it's false history, man. Like your friend ain't real. That
You have,
person ain't
like,
real.
You're imagining things.
Shit.
So one of the conspiracy theories that is very related to this is the Mandela Effect. Have you heard about that?
Yep.
So the term Mandela Effect begins when it was first coined in 2009, when a person thought that Nelson Mandela, the president of South Africa, died.
South Africa.
Sorry, died in 1980s.
Yeah, when he was imprisoned
When he was in prison.
during apartheid. I think.
And actually, he did not die in 1980s in prison. He actually passed away in 2013.
Yeah.
And what struck her is that, like, many people in the population actually thinks the same way as her. They all remembered that he died on 1980s. So that's how the Mandela Effect started.
Okay.
So as you want more evidence of the modern life, then do you know Monopoly, for
Yeah,
example?
he didn't wear like a binocle, right?
Oh, yeah.
He didn't have any like
For
fucking
me,
one glasses.
I swear.
Yeah.
For
I
my
do
life.
remember that
I
he
do
kinda
remember
did
that he
once,
Yeah,
you know.
he was wearing that binocular.
Yeah, but he didn't.
But he actually didn't.
Yeah.
And then one of other example is that in Star Wars. Do you remember when Darth Vader told his son a quote? Can you quote that?
Dude, I'm your father.
Dude, what do you mean?
Look, I'm your father.
Right?
Yeah.
It was Luke. I'm your father, right?
Yeah.
Everyone thought about that too.
Uh-huh.
But it's actually not
What is
that. It's no, I am your father. I swear, I remember it was Luke.
That's a stretch.
Fuck, dude. I actually searched the movie again, and he actually said, "No, I am your father, not Luke."
I mean, the Nelson Mandela thing, I kind of okay. I mean, for sure.
Like,
I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, but like Star Wars, in a way, we just kind of mismemorize quotes.
okay.
You know,
Okay.
like the
Let me strike you with another one then.
the bear thing, right? Like the Rosenstein shit, right?
This one is big. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Right.
You probably remember the line, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?"
Man, we go Disney now. Fuck. Yeah, maybe. Okay, I didn't know. Yeah,
You didn't know?
Mirror. Okay. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not that.
What is it then?
It's magic mirror on the wall.
Okay, cool.
She didn't even say mirror, mirror ever before.
Right. So Snow White's like fuck, right?
No, yes, basically.
She
Snow
got
White-
coked up. And shit.
that movie is stupid. Anyways.
No, I like that film. Fuck. Okay, cool. So like the last two are like phenomenons, right? That happens in your
that
in your life. However, it kind of leads to like the first one as well. It's like glitches.
The glitches,
Or like they change,
or
like
maybe
you know.
somehow like the
Yeah,
the
there once
future
like
me
a
changed
time
it.
where like Monopoly guy has a binacle, but then you say like, oh wait, maybe he doesn't have it, and then that guy just like change it.
Maybe someone's changing it.
Shit,
That's just crazy for me, man.
man, that's probably VinFast now. Like they are getting into the business, changing our minds
Changing
and
our
shit.
minds and brain, like
God damn, probably like the reason I wanted to do podcasts is not even mine.
maybe
It's like
someone's controlling you.
it's like yeah, someone like we are puppets and shit.
Damn.
Okay, that's cool. So I have my top 3 as well.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna just start off with the first one, which is 9/11.
9/11.
Now this one, a lot of people say, "Oh man, like it's so cliche now." It's like one of like the
And then it's 2022. Like, why are
yeah,
you
but
still
like
talking about that?
that is
Yeah.
like one of the most debated fucking conspiracy of all time now. But like to me, that was the first one where I was like, damn, I can't be a skeptic now.
Okay.
Because like it somehow it just intrigues me and it kind of makes me kind of believe that like there is something shady going on. Okay, so just give the benefit of the doubt that like the two twin towers. Okay, so I'm just going to say like the background. So like on September 11, 2001, there was like a series of coordinated attacks on the United States.
4 planes.
Yeah, four planes. I think like one hit Pennsylvania because like on hit on the ground.
On the
it's
ground.
one hit
Pentagon.
the Pentagon, and then I think 2 planes kind of hit onto like the World Trade Center.
That's the main part. Yeah.
That's really fucked up because it was literally, and it still is, one of the biggest terrorist attacks that happened on the United States soil. There has never been such a thing at that time. So it's like, it's still a big thing, for the American people, and I get that. For the part of the conspiracy, a lot of people believe that 9/11 is kind of an inside job. Now, what is an inside job? It means that you thought that someone from the outside did something to you, but it's literally your family members who did that to you. Like they kept a secret and you didn't even know about it. So it's like that.
It's
A lot of people
scripted.
believe that the American government somehow got involved into it because of some shady business or some plot, in order for them to like get into like the Middle East. I don't know, okay? To me, just give the benefit of the doubt that the two twin towers did actually got destroyed by the 2 planes. However, there was one key evidence that made me felt like, oh shit.
A conspiracy
A
theory.
conspiracy theory, which is like the 7 World Trade Center, which is like a part of the complex in itself, However, the 2 planes directly hit onto like the first World Trade Center and the second World Trade Center. And even though you can say that, the debris kind of fell into the 7 World Trade Center and then it just got collapsed, right? But the thing about like the proximity between the 3 buildings are not that close, even though it's in the complex. So that's why, even the debris fell onto the building. There could not be a collapse. However, a lot of people, when they heard about the collapse of the 7 World Trade Center, they often describe the sound of the building as like an explosion, and it leads to like the demolition conspiracy theory that people
So that's
believe
the conspiracy.
that
yeah.
the American people kind of put like TNT and like C4, and try to demolish it.
And a lot of people
Yeah.
thought about that too.
Yeah, and that to me was like, damn, that evidence was like kind of legit because like I have seen a lot of news report on that day by even CNN, BBC, whatever, and they literally just use like this adjective of like an explosion. It's like a big explosion and shit, and I was like, fuck. Oh, it's a noun. Sorry, it's not a fucking adjective. I'm dumb.
I even heard that one of the janitor of the building, he described the explosion as
Yeah.
a bomb.
Yeah, yeah.
He didn't say like something hit
Yeah.
into the buildings.
Every
He said that it
adjective
was
and
a
like nouns
bomb.
that like related to like demolition, you know,
demolition,
on like
exactly.
construction demolition, and it's interesting to me, because like I don't care about like fucking, like fire melt steel beams and shit. Okay, I'm just gonna give that like the benefit of the doubt. But like the 7 World Trade Center is like incredibly mysterious, and it's like it's very shady when you read through like the 7 World Trade Center. The second one about 9/11 is that the Pentagon was also under attack as well. If you remember, in Virginia,
But nobody
there was
really
another
noticed it.
plane
Yeah.
allegedly kind of hit onto the Pentagon. It creates like a hole, a gap, on the building. However, there was no, there was no crash, debris of the
Sometimes
plane.
we can't really see the
Yeah,
planes. Like,
and the destruction in itself doesn't
parts.
really fit onto like what would happen if like a plane hits that. You know, it's like
exactly.
and okay, so don't quote me, but like I read one information that they told about like the location that the plane kind of hit onto was like banking shit
Okay. Okay.
in the Pentagon. So like a lot of millions of dollars kind of disappeared. Don't quote me on this because like I'm just kind of remember it vaguely. But
If
yes,
that's the case, then
a lot
that
of
is so
millions
shady.
of dollars kind of disappear out of the thin air. But like, okay, I'm not diving into that. I'm just gonna dive into the fact that it's kind of shady. On the demolition shit happened on like the 7 World Trade Center and shit.
Maybe that's the reason that the USA would say that they can fight Afghanistan back
Again,
then.
yeah, I mean, if you kind of think about it, it's legit. That the fact that Bush used it as like an excuse.
Like an excuse to fight them.
Yeah. I remember he was like in a kindergarten, kind of fucking like read stories for kids when he heard the news, and then immediately he came back and he say like, "This is we cannot tolerate terrorism." Yeah,
We have to
Yeah.
bomb them.
no, we are initiating the war on terror. Yeah,
Fucking
Godspeed,
Bush. Fucking Bush.
mission accomplished. Kind of thing,
I
like
see.
it's very shady when you think about politics in a way, but like I'm not diving into it that much. It's just like if you're interested, just watch, like documentary or like even fucking Wikipedia. It's like it has a lot of good and like useful information for you to just like know a little bit about it.
Yeah. But the thing is, a lot of people actually believe that theories.
Yeah, they
lot of Americans,
they
yeah.
called it like the truther movement because I think a lot of the victim families
Damn.
do believe that there was some involvement of the American government,
was
whether they
coordinated,
already knew it beforehand or they did something during that time. Again, like I'm not saying like it's the truth that like the American government got involved or something, but like to me like that conspiracy it was the first one that kind of made me
biggest one,
realize
right?
that maybe a conspiracy can be true. Okay, that's it.
I've
But it's cool.
I've seen footage of
It's fucked up.
explosion
It's fucked up.
under the planes anyways.
It's fucked.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people just kind of jumped down from the building because like the building got so
I've
hot
seen videos of
and
that.
they couldn't breathe. So they like, they had to choose like their death. Basically, like it's really morbid to be honest. But like again, it's like a tragedy. I get that. But it leads to a lot of repercussions even today. Where we talk about surveillance, where we talk about like the untrust between people. It already kind of just stemmed from 9/11 basically. Because like pre 9/11 world is like a different fucking place. You can literally go inside of the airport to like fucking, meet and greet your family members. You cannot do that anymore. You just gonna sit, the fuck outside.
Yeah.
So it changed a lot of policies that America made. And sometimes it can lead to all the conspiracy theory as well. Conspiracy
Maybe
theory.
that's the start of everything.
Yeah, it's like
The mistrust between the citizens and the government.
it's like the first initiation.
Maybe they're starting to doubt of everything around.
Try to colonize this, like that's fucked up. No, you get what I mean, right? The Bush administration literally used this as like an excuse for the Patriot Act, which means they're going to put like a lot of surveillance on like people they deem having terrorist attacks,
Exactly.
terrorist connections.
Maybe that's another
you
conspiracy.
So it leads to like racism. It leads to like people not trusting people. It leads to division between American people. So it's fucked up. I'm not insinuating that it's literally the truth. I just think like it has some merits into it. Okay, that's it.
And we have respect for everyone.
Sure. The second conspiracy theory that I want to mention is technology suppression.
All right.
Now this is like on the realm like science fiction as well because like I love science fiction. It kind of alleged that a lot of technology, even higher end or like really advanced technology that benefit the world, are being suppressed by either the government or corporations because
Okay.
maybe like it kind of go against their agenda. For example, like an oil company kind of try to suppress like a very green environmental fossil fuel, something like that, for people to just use oil, even though oil can be harmful to the
harmful, yeah.
environment. It's interesting to me because like I love Nikola Tesla.
That's what happened with him.
Yeah, dude
That's
is like
exactly
eccentric
what
as fuck.
Damn.
And he got kind of buried onto the ground by either Edison or like the people at the time. And there were a lot of conspiracy theories surrounding him. Like he created death ray.
He actually created the free energy,
Something along the line. Like he got a
free
lot
energy.
of crazy like invention, but somehow
and then the government wouldn't accept it.
yeah.
It's just gonna give free energy to everyone, and then we won't need
Yeah.
oil, we won't need gasoline anymore.
Yeah, and I remember that there was one time in the 2000s where electric car was literally everywhere,
Really?
you know? Like, I think maybe like they experimented it in the United States firstly, but it was literally everywhere around the country, but then just suddenly they disappear. And then maybe like the documentary that I was watching at that time, they kind of alleged that the oil companies kind of hindered that shit. You know, and then people just like, well, what's the point of using this? You know, because like they are inefficient, they have a lot of glitches, kind of shit like that. Yeah, and then people just keep on using cars and then buying their oils. So to me, I find this quite interesting and fucked. A lot of people even think about like the cure for cancer, the cure for HIV. You get what I mean, right?
I've read about that, and
Yeah.
there were actually many people that has cure for that. But
The
but
pharmaceutical companies, they have that.
But the thing is that some of the people that I've read before, they didn't get funded by the government because the government doesn't want it to fund something that people won't get cured, so that
Yeah,
they won't buy
too.
medicine from them.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah,
just,
they need profit.
That's just fucked up.
You know, if it's true, then it's fucked up. To be fucking honest, it's just like to me, it's interesting to think about it. Like, what would the world be if it's actually real? Like, we have all of this fucking like green energy shit. You know,
It's like free energy, yeah.
yeah,
And then our company is powerful too.
Yeah.
They have all the power to just demolish or destroy any company.
yeah. That's why like Eisenhower, which was I think one of the presidents of the United States, did kind of like warn people about like the industrial complex, the military industrial complex, which mean like the link between the government and like corporation. Because it's fucked. Corporation should not be in the government. Because it's going to like fucking influence on like legislation and shit.
True.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, like we are being, I don't know.
I mean, it's interesting.
I think we are fucked murder now.
Maybe we're the awakened one.
Oh shit. Sounds kind of fucked up.
We're the one who's thinking outside the box.
And then we got killed 2 days later. You know?
Bro, if you guys
Yeah.
listen to this,
Oh yeah, and I'm watching The Crown right now, which is like a series that chronicles Queen Elizabeth, Queen of England,
Okay,
basically.
okay.
You know, from her young age to like her ascension to the throne to like now, and then they kind of depicted Princess Diana as well. So if you guys are watching, like The Crown, there is also like another conspiracy theory about Princess Diana's death. I mean, just look it up on Wikipedia. It's like literally there.
I think you can look it up on Google.
Yeah, you have hands, don't you? Or is it? Or are we even humans?
Simulation world. Oh,
Man, it's fucked up. Because I'm gonna ask like a question, okay? The final conspiracy theory that I have chosen is false history. Now I'm just going to give you like a very general idea of it. It's literally about like some dates of historical events have been deliberately distorted or fabricated
Okay.
for a certain people's narrative, for example. For example, Pope Sylvester II during, I think, the medieval times, he was allegedly fabricated 297 years onto the calendar for him to be positioned into the millennium, which mean like give him like this idea that he was born in the millennium, like give him like the I don't know, the credentials that
Okay.
he wanted to have. So it's literally that
Power,
It talks
maybe.
about like
Yeah.
maybe even like World War One doesn't even have fucking happens, and people just fabricated it to put into like the events. There are also like a theory about like phantom time hypothesis. Is that I think the lifespan of humanity is actually shorter than we
Than we
know.
think? Oh.
And the lifespan of Earth is also quite shorter than we know as well. But like a lot of people just kind of try to prove that, it's old and shit. And they just, put on like these certain events onto it.
Just to fit in their perspective.
Exactly.
Yeah, the
I
narratives.
find it quite interesting because like everything time travel, I like it. Everything about like time, history and shit, that's me, bruh.
Time travel, I swear, it will
Yeah.
happen one day.
And it
will
kind
happen.
of linked to like Atlantis and like this lost civilization as well. Like maybe they just kind of hide it from, like the established timeline that they have because maybe
Maybe,
it has
yeah.
some technology or something. Oh shit.
Oh, maybe
Technology
what's that
suppression,
talking about?
motherfucker. Because
Maybe
like,
they invented free energy. I don't know.
no, because like Atlantis is known in the books of like Plato, a very technologically advanced place. And El Dorado, literally like the city of gold, where it has like vast amount of golds built into the castle and shit. Temples, I'm sorry. So it kind of linked,
Maybe,
bruh. It
maybe
kind of linked.
Damn.
Anyway, a few ones like Sandy Hooks.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys can check it out. I'm not going to talk.
No,
about it.
yeah.
It's fuck. It's kind of fucked up. But anyway.
Okay, you wanna get straight to the point? Like,
Oh, you mean moon landing or what?
oh, moon landing, yeah. Of course. Let's like address the elephant in the room. So, do you believe in moon landing?
I do believe that moon landing, the United States did.
I actually don't believe it. You know.
Okay. Why?
Even like until today, like why human hasn't come back again to the moon until now.
It's
And-
because of the funding, bruh. Like the economy kind of fucked up.
And then
by the
again-
time that Apollo 17 happened, like you can't just say like after Apollo 11 and then the United States just kind of shut off the moon landing program. It's literally have like 6 other moon landing missions as well,
Okay.
you know?
And
But because like they literally had their goal, that they sent people onto the moon. The American public just like, okay, so now what, And they
But,
fuck off.
yeah,
Because like,
yeah.
at that time there was like Vietnam War as well.
and then there was a race against the Soviet
Yeah.
about space.
And the United States won. And that's the point. And they just fuck off.
Maybe.
And they cut the
maybe-
funding. I remember they cut the fundings of NASA yearly to a point where it's like it's not going to be feasible to put people on the moon.
Maybe they were like, they had like theories about like they just created a movie set, which is more feasible
Yeah.
and cost less
Yeah.
than to travel to the moon.
Directed by Stanley Kubrick. Director of
There you
Shining.
go. And then like people were saying that it's not true because of the graphics and stuff and all the image, and then they were like pulling out theories about physical thing that appears on the screen that's not like real.
You don't love America, man?
I love America.
I'm
man.
going to give you like 2 reasons on why I believe that the moon landing actually happened, and why do I think that these 2 reasons are going to sweep away every other kind of like
Okay.
question. The
Yeah.
first one would be, dude, like the moon landings happened during the age where the United States and the Soviet Union were like enemies to each other. You get what I mean? Like they are going to go head to head into a nuclear war if
Okay.
like the other tried to do anything. So like, okay, obviously like the United States kind of, fuck up their initial programs.
Failed. They
Yeah,
they
they failed
both
as
failed
fuck.
so many times.
The Soviet got like the first satellite on like orbit,
and
Laika,
then America was like, I have to do something better than that.
Gagarin and shit. But like, if the moon landing was fake, and you got to know that a lot of like international channels did also look into the moon landings during, before, and after the moon landing happened, including the Soviet and also the Japanese government and all kinds of other organizations as well. And they didn't say anything about that. You know?
I mean,
Because if it was actually fake, the Soviet Union can use it as like an excuse to like, you know what? That's why we don't trust Americans. You know? What a first world country you are, you know? Like, you are fucking liars. And it's going to fucking ruin the American prestige.
I understand that.
You get what I mean?
But maybe like it was too like privately organized. Like nobody
It could
can.
not be.
Like-
And that leads to like another reason. How can you cover up such a big fucking thing? You get what I mean?
I mean,
Now,
the
again,
technology is
9/11.
not that advanced back then. Like, do you mean like have internal agent that will like tell the
One
the Soviet?
whistleblower and then everybody knows. You get what I mean? And that's why I said that 9/11 to me, I kind of felt like it was real because it's so big. You can't cover up anything without like there is some glitches going on, you know? That's why like the 7 World Trade Center to me is shady because like they cannot handle the amount of like cover-ups for such a big fucking event. And now we talk about the moon landing. Come on, bro. Like one guy use a prostitute or like telling their family members that dude, it ain't real. Everybody knows. You know?
Well, what struck me off is that one of the interviewer was giving Neil Armstrong a Bible and said that Neil, please just like swear on your life, swear on Jesus that you have landed onto the moon.
Yeah.
And then he was acting like so suspicious. He was like, no. And then he was very angry. I don't know why.
Okay.
He was very angry. He was like, no, what the fuck do you think?
He was on steroid.
You're wrong guy, man. Wrong guy.
Yeah, that's probably not Neil.
I mean,
That's
the
like
guy
Alien come back. Then, you should see like Buzz Aldrin just punch like a journalist in the face because like he said something like, you know what, moon landing is fake, right? He punched the shit out.
He deserves that.
He's
He
like
deserves-
80-year-old guy and he fucked up
Oh, I've seen that video. I've
you
seen
know,
that video.
straight into the nozzle. But yeah, like it comes back to like the two reasons that, you know, like when I read about it, I'm like, oh yeah. You know, how can they do that? Especially, you know, when the Soviet Union literally had spies in the United States in order to like know information. So like, how the fuck do they not know that it's fake? They can use it to like, you know, yo, you see that? You follow America, bitch. Follow Soviet, man. Follow Soviet, the comrades. You know, like that kind of thing. I don't know.
I mean-
anyway, what do you think, you guys? Tell us, or maybe you guys
Maybe
don't
put
care.
it on your comments.
Yeah, like our member V, like you don't care, but like, whatever, right? Yeah.
Well,
Do you have any like other, you know?
Oh.
So after all of this like discussion, have you ever felt like, is it enough that we should just go
Like, is there a boundary?
into like
a
the
limit?
rabbit hole every time? Because like nowadays I still use Reddit. I still have like
You
I still follow the subreddit of like conspiracy theories.
And you still look at it every day.
Not really. It just like pops up into my feed, right?
Okay.
And then I'm like, damn, I should stop.
When does it stop? Right?
No, I should stop because like it gives me headache. And like it gives me like the fact that you can never trust anybody.
True.
Anything.
True.
Whatever the reasons, whatever the cause. And it's not like you like being a follower or you like being to get your nose dragged by the government or some shit like that. But I just felt like if you dive into everything in such a cynical way, you're never going to fulfilly like live.
Exactly.
You always have this kind of like, oh, you know
Suspicious,
what?
Skeptical.
The radio is actually transmitting like
Yeah.
fucking diseases. Like
Exactly.
it's yeah, it gets to a point where it's going to be like mumbo jumbo. You
People
know?
just starting to made up things.
Yeah.
Stupid things. I've
Exactly.
seen like 5G spread COVID. That's dumb.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
the antenna in your fucking mask. People think it's transmitting disease. That's in
Yeah.
Australia too. I thought that they have like the advanced thinking. But damn.
Yeah, I think I agree. Like, okay, if it's about like a dissection of real evidences in a very critical way,
facts. Like,
you know, even what you said about the moon landing, like they kind of thought about the physics of what if like a flag happens to be on the moon, right?
Maybe,
like
yeah,
they
yeah.
have to use maths and like
bubbles and
physics and,
stuff like
shit.
that, yeah.
Okay, that to me is interesting because they use real evidences. But when you just like, you know what, fucking radio actually control the rats and then created the Black Death. I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
It's just stupid. It's just dumb.
Yeah, when you hear a fat guy say that, don't believe him.
And then
Yeah.
and then we have flat earther.
Yeah. Again, I'm not fat shaming. It's like the obese guy named Bob.
Like giving you
Yeah, wearing like
information.
Confederate flag and like say like something along the line of like, I need my rights because I have to wear a mask. I'm like, okay, cool, dude.
People like that.
Come on.
She got it.
And when you say that, like some African kid kind of, you know, fucking die from hunger. Yeah. Like it's fucked up. Like how did that trample your freedom? You know? Tell me about it. But you get what I mean, right? When it became too mumbo jumbo, like I felt tired.
People
It kind of drained me, to be honest.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not.
exactly.
That's why, like, maybe you are more of like a conspiracy theorist than me because like I get burnt out easily by just like hearing dumb people talk about like COVID. I'm like, I don't know, COVID. Okay, it's another fucking topic for sure, right? But dude, just wear a mask. It's not happening anything. I don't know. It's not like you have to wear your shackle or something. A lot of people kind of like compare them wearing a mask like fucking slaves. Like African American slaves in the 18th century, bro.
then
You kidding me?
The Vietnamese was wearing it from ever since, like every day. We can't whenever we go out, we wear a
Yeah.
mask anyways.
Our environment is fucked. That's why we have to wear that.
why. We wouldn't have the thought of like it transmit.
Dude, and it's a piece of paper. It's not even like a nozzle for like dogs, right?
can't.
Like,
People,
come on.
man.
But anyway, it comes back to the fact that, you know, I need interesting and like scientific oriented evidences
Yeah.
in order for me to be like, okay, you know what? Like this conspiracy is fucking cool. But you just say something. Okay, even if you say like 5G creates COVID, fucking give me fucking evidence. Don't just say like I seen this on like some website. I'm like, fuck you.
They said that they feel like a radio got into them. That's why. That's how COVID
Yeah,
got in.
fucking Americans with like radio transmission shit. It's fucking 2020 now.
Funny.
If they want to transmit you something, they
will
use
probably-
all the alternative fucking methods.
Yeah, not like this stupid methods that
Yeah,
people were
they probably
thinking.
have 5 flying saucers by now.
Exactly.
You know, if they kidnap you and they put something in you, you don't know why they use transmission of the radio.
And something that is so mainstream too. 5G mask now. Damn, it's just dumb.
Anyway, you know, so that's why, to me, it's fun sometimes to speculate and then like see some conspiracy theories like Elvis lives, some shit like that. Michael Jackson's still alive, kind of thing.
Maybe he was assassinated.
Yeah,
Assassinated.
let's not like dive into another fucking rabbit hole, okay? Like I'm trying to end this podcast because
Sure.
it has been a long time now since we discussed this. It's fun sometimes, I think, to kind of okay, so what if? But don't dive into it that much, or maybe dive into it with like a very critical
thinking.
outlook and like perspective as
Exactly.
well. You know, you have to be like, is it actually true? You can't believe everything that like Reddit says. You know, Fat Bob 93.
Reddit
If
is
you say
not
that,
like
you don't believe him. Okay, or even like Tin Kenny. You know, Tin Kenny and like Fat Bob.
Yeah.
Don't listen to them. You know,
So-
listen to yourself and then believe that whether it is correct or not.
I mean, you should like use credible information for
Okay.
what you are curious about.
Yes, yeah.
What you get.
and make your own decision about it. Don't just follow people.
Exactly.
The thing about like it's very ironic that a lot of like conspiracy theorists say, "Oh man, like you don't believe us. That mean like you are followed by
The
you are
government,
followed like the government. You know, like they are fucking like
They're
use you as a
controlling
puppet,
you.
dude.
Yeah.
You follow that guy. You follow Tin Kenny.
You follow Bob.
Yeah, Fat Bob and Tin Kenny. You are like bitches. You know? You his bitch. Come on, why are you telling me that? It's so ironic, right? Like those people, it's dumb. Anyway, I'm not fucking tin shaming. I'm not fucking fat shaming. It's just like a joke,
Yeah.
for sure. But anyway, yeah. Think critically. I don't
Yeah.
know. Fucking. Yeah.
You want to talk about K-pop?
Fuck.
That's ended there. Let's end it there.